She filed. How can I stop my divorce? Stay tuned. What's going on? We're back here. What's up?
Nothing
Are
much.
you awake?
I am.
Wake up. Wake up.
I'm awake.
You're awake? Good. All right. So we got this email that came in today. You know, somehow, sorry, you know, we keep talking divorce. We're not trying to make light of this negative thing. You know, I feel hot a little bit. But it's a reality, you know, of the possibilities if you don't get it together. So in your marriage, you know, a lot of people have divorced for years, but they haven't filed the actual paper.
Right.
Right? Basically, they have been separated. They haven't really experienced the beauty of intimacy in a long time. And some people are very quick to go to the court. What do you think? Is that true?
That's true.
Example? You know too many people? I'm not happy right now.
Well,
I'm not happy.
some people are roommates in their relationship.
They're just roommates. They're just living.
Living, yeah.
And life is just
Passing by.
another day. And one day we'll wake up. We'll go on a date next week.
Mm-hmm.
We will do
At
something
least
about it.
they're talking about it. Some people are not talking about it at all.
I know.
They're not even talking to each other.
Like not even talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but people, I don't know if people, well,
Maybe
I've
they
heard
talk to
people-
each other when they need
something
or
that needs to be
concern
done.
the kids.
Mhm.
But when it comes to their relationship,
It's just dead.
it's dead.
Now there are some that are still having sex, but it's actually dead. And there are some that one of the signs that is dead is that they're not having sex at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that are having sex. Maybe the guy is still enjoying the sex,
Right.
and the woman is like, okay, just do what you gotta do. You know, lying down there, like, just
It's like sleeping with the
do
dead body.
you exactly. And
So
there are examples out there.
yeah, but is it possible to do that for the rest of your life? Just whatever. Some people do that for the rest of their life, right? Maybe
Some
there's
people
less and
from-
less of that.
I think some people from the old generation actually do that.
I agree with the
Like
old
our,
folks.
like our parents, mates and all, like they have the tendency to be like, you know, it's a marriage. What are you going
Is
to
it food?
Is it? Yeah, like some of them have not had
Not
sex
food.
with their husbands
Right.
in years, and you know, the men will just go out and have mistresses and stuff. That was good. I mean, growing up in Nigeria, that
Is it
was
the
kind
men?
of common.
So now, this is a quick question for you. Is it the men only that go out to have mistress, or the women sometimes get out there? And
Possibly the women get out there, but I think it's back in the days. I would say it was acceptable for the men to have mistresses.
just mistresses everywhere,
like if your husband have a mistress back in the days, they're like, okay, so just act like you don't know, put your face on the other side.
just take care of your kids.
Yeah, that's what they used to, you know, preach to our.
Now, what do you think? Do you
folks.
think just being in marriage to take care of your kids is does it make it worth it at all, or is that or that's just straight up bullshit as far as you're concerned?
I'm sorry. I feel like, you know, I don't want to call it bullshit, but it's like almost bullshit, because this is the reason why I say that. These women that, you know, they're not getting loved by their spouses, they tend to take it out on their kids. So at the end of the day, you're not taking care of your kids, because
Right.
you cannot project what you don't have.
So if you're not happy, some
if you
people,
don't
is
have
it all
love,
or some people?
I said some, because
Okay.
you know,
So some people are not
don't
happy,
mind.
and they show that to their children, and they're always hungry,
cranky,
they're cranky.
smack the kid unnecessarily. You know, it's coming from a unhappy place. You know,
Right.
so I would not necessarily say that's not a good thing, because if you don't have love in your heart, or if you're not happy inside of you, you can't project what you don't have.
That's true. I completely
So-
agree with that. I agree with that.
I would say it has to be 100 or nothing. At least you have to be willing to work
So
on
you're
it.
saying if you're in a marriage or relationship, and you're not happy in your relationship with your spouse, people tend to take it out on the kids or other aspects of life in general.
Yeah.
Like it's usually an indication of low quality of life.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So now, I mean, at least if you're having that conversation with your spouse, at least you are doing something about it.
You mean somebody was saying we gotta go on dates?
They're trying.
They're trying.
Yes.
He's trying enough.
I won't say give up on anything. I would say try to, communicate about it. Now, if the other person is totally selfish and, they don't care, then you have the right to say, you know what, I did my best, and you can bounce.
That's what I think with the trying thing. You can think you're trying, right? And you have to basically, you have to be aware that as much as you think you're trying and you're trying to get to it, your spouse may be done already. Right. And not say anything.
Right.
It may just be over with already. And there are certain signs that are beyond just words. Or, okay, babe. Oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna go on a date next week. Like, let's say that's a man saying that, right? She may say, okay, babe, but she's actually already done.
Yeah.
It's just one little thing she needs to push out by the edge to a place where she shows it physically. Usually done in the mind. Maybe,
right.
Okay?
Allergies.
Oh my God.
It's the season.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
So, just don't give it to me. Thank you.
Excuse me.
You
know what happens when anytime you make fun of me?
I'm not making fun. I said just don't give it to me.
Before you know you catch it. You better watch it.
But you see what I'm saying here, like, is that I'm trying to encourage, don't wait another day.
I mean, because, you know the signs. You should be able to detect.
No, they don't know the sign. We gotta do another video on the signs.
Okay.
The signs that are beyond just words, or when somebody actually has shown that I'm done. Most people don't say I'm done for years after they're actually done.
Yeah, that's true.
So there are certain signs to pay attention to. Once, if somebody starts saying they're tired all the time for sex, that's a good sign right there.
That's a lack of interest.
Yeah, that's a good sign right there. And yes, you may be receiving that she's just tired. He's just tired, but you gotta pay attention.
Even though when you're tired, you still have to make effort if you really care about that person.
Well, here's the thing with the making effort thing. If that person has to make effort and it's not coming to them naturally to just want to, it's also a sign.
Yeah, but sometimes you're tired, but you're like, you know what? I'm gonna just take it, I feel like we all have moments that we're tired. You can't be tired every day.
Yes, that's the point I'm making. If the person is always saying that they are tired and they don't want intimacy or they don't want to be engaged physically,
it's not about being tired. It's something else.
So it's something else, and you need to start paying attention at that point in time. Don't wait until it's too late.
Right.
If somebody is always nagging, every little thing you do, they're always
picking on everything.
Picking on it, and you're confused. That's a sign that there are other underlying issues that needs to be addressed, And then if somebody is snapping at your child that you guys are together, and you're almost saying, whatever just happened it's not that much of a big deal. It's not the child. It's not the scolding.
Right.
There's also other underlying things going on, and you should pay attention and find a loving way to bring attention to it and see if you guys can. So those are 3 different signs right there that you may be heading for divorce. They show up. They're not related, like scolding the child. It's not related to divorce, but this is how it manifests. It manifests in other activities that's going on around you. So you just want to pay attention to that. But we got this email. Okay, so those are 3 signs right there that we probably should put together in another video entirely, and we'll put out later. I got this 5 different texts from another video that can attract my wife back with nostalgic feelings. You know what nostalgic feelings are, right? Maybe they don't know. Nostalgia that brings past good memories.
Like exciting.
Past memories that makes you excited. You know, so this magic text messages that you could just send to your spouse who has checked out, right? And when they see it, they will just smile and just want back in. They can't wait to unclothe you. So magic stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And text messages, for that matter, we're going to talk about that in a second. How do you try to text her when she won't respond? Exactly.
Stop texting.
She's not responding, but you're going to say, remember that day when we were in France and your sister called and we were all laughing?
You are so animated. I swear I can't deal right now.
Right? And you send that text message and all of a sudden she's like, yeah, I remember we were smiling so much, we were happy, we were so happy. I want to be happy again. And then she comes back into your life, right?
You should be an actor.
Let me I don't like making extreme absolute statements. Is it possible that somebody see a text and it reminds them of good times? Yes. Can you orchestrate it and just send the text and it happens? Chances are probably no, right? And if somebody would just see a text message and come back to you, they probably weren't gone in the first place. They probably were just upset for that day. And it's not a big deal,
right.
And they were already thinking about you, and they saw that text and was like, okay, whatever, I forgive you. When we're talking about shut down, somebody is heading for divorce. Somebody is heading for separation. Somebody is there. I mean, your marriage is going 9 months and you haven't touched each other.
Right.
If you send such text messages, it will come off as a bribe for sex, and it will have the opposite effect of what your intentions are, which is you push them away more. You will scare them away. That's just what's going to happen. So I would definitely be careful with such text messages. Truthfully, there are videos out there like that. She says she doesn't even want to try and doesn't want to be with me anymore.
Whoa.
And so somebody starts saying they don't want to be with you anymore, and they're not going to get a text message about some good time in Africa. I mean, they know what that is. They're not stupid. They're not dumb. They are shut down from the emotional feelings and attraction that you had in your marriage, but they're not dumb. They're just being human. We're shut off. Something happened in your marriage. They're fed up. They're done. That person is done.
Right.
And the best way to attract them back is to remove yourself, and let that happen in a way that it's their own idea.
Right.
If you're trying to initiate that with a text message, it becomes your idea. And they can tell you're trying to suggest to them to come back, and they're trying to run.
It's manipulative.
It's manipulative, and it will work against what you're trying to do. They're not going to see it as you're just trying to revive. Whatever you do, including text messages, to try to beg someone and plead and bribe them for sex will backfire. It's manipulation. It will backfire because it's manipulation. Okay, so I always say, let's go back to the day you guys met. You guys got together because you two want to get together, right? And also, in addition to that, there was no past hurts or feelings of pain in that. So you could say, hey, what's up, babe? And we're like,
you guys are high in love.
And then, she looked at you and said, he's not bad after all. And then you guys became very, very high in love, right? Because there was no past hurts or pain. I mean, honestly, she could have seen that your ex, and your ex could be like, don't get with him, he's horrible. And she still won't hear the ex, because she hasn't experienced that personally, whatever that pain is, and she's high in love with you, and going back to that day, she made that decision in spite of all whatever negative going on around, right? You're gonna need her to make decision again,
right?
Okay, but if you keep staying in her face with a text message, I don't know if there's a better American English for that. When you're in someone's presence all the time, you're choking them, you're stalking them, maybe indirectly, but you're basically smothering them. If you keep doing that, when you send such text message, you're smothering that person. You're choking the living daylight out of that person.
And they might just block you.
You may not feel that way, You may get blocked, eventually. Because like you said here, you're right that you shouldn't send such text messages. You need to remove yourself. You need to engage in a no contact exercise indefinitely until she reaches out back to you.
Yes.
That she wants some kind of attention from you. At that moment in time, you can assume that she wants to have more of you. Until then, you need to become self-sustainable. You need to worry about yourself, your own self-esteem. That's probably being shot right now because somebody just rejected you. You need to build that back up. You need to build that confidence back up, because that's what attracted her on day one. That's what you're going to need to tap into again. It's your best chances of building a better relationship with this person if they choose to ever again. If you try to do any manipulation tactics, like sending a nostalgic text message about some trip to, where did we go in the past? To Isla Morada in the Florida Keys, right? To some random place, to the pyramids, right? Right, to Bermuda Triangle, right? Whatever that is that you're going to, don't send such text messages. It works the same way with a man. If your man has shut down on you, don't send them text messages trying to manipulate them into remembering.
They'll call you crazy.
You will look like a stalker. You will look like a crazy person, and they can see through that text messages that you are begging. And when you're begging, you're killing attraction, basically. So we're no longer living together. That's even worse. She filed the divorce 3 months ago, and I haven't signed it because I'm thinking she will stop it. How can I stop my divorce? Well, what do you say about stopping divorce? What do we normally say here?
You don't have the control to stop the divorce, so
yeah.
Again,
if somebody want out, give them out.
Yeah.
If they want in, give them in.
Yeah.
If provided you want in too, right? It's the same thing.
Holding them hostage is not going to
Holding
change
people
anything.
hostage does not work. That's something.
Never works.
You want to get your marriage back, by the way? This is the book. Get it for free at getmymarriageback.com. But it doesn't work because it's an attachment, which is a whole chapter in the book. It's an attachment to the ideologies of God hates divorce. It's a marriage. It was supposed to be a marriage. I agree it was supposed to be a marriage, but it's even more of a marriage when both of you want to be there.
In there.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I want you to be mindful of something. It takes two to tango. It's going to take two to be in marriage. However, the dance that you start right now today, the first step that you can take towards your confidence, can create a brand new, better dance for you in your marriage. You get to do that, okay?
Yeah.
You can do that if you want to. You don't need her or him to decide that you need a brand new dance in your marriage, starting from your confidence. And your confidence start from pull back completely from that situation, that the one that's gonna shock the hell out of that person, your spouse, because they expect you to behave the way you normally behave, overreact, and all that. Now you get to prove them wrong.
Yep.
By being okay, being yourself, being alone, being confident and being alone, because that's what attracts other people to you. And indefinitely, that means don't be attached to the idea of being with that person. Don't be attached to the outcome of this process, because you're going to be working on yourself. Get this book. It's 12 chapters and read it 10 to 15 times. You're going to work on yourself. You're going to build your confidence back. And that confidence is your best chance to attract. The key word attract your spouse back into your world. If it's before divorce, great. If it's after divorce, great. It doesn't really matter. Don't be attached to the divorce or the marriage thing. The marriage thing is only beautiful when both of you want to be in there.
Yep.
If only one person wants to be in there, it's no more a marriage anyway.
No.
You're just delusional, right? So that's basically what we have today. So how can you stop the divorce? Don't stop the divorce. Don't worry about stopping the divorce. What you need to stop is stop being less confident about yourself. You can be alone, and you can be alone and be happy alone, because if you're happy by yourself, then you have a better chance of attracting that person back into that world, and you now have the chance to approve if you want them back in or not. They have to earn it back. They have to earn you back, because they earned you in the first place. The same thing has to happen all over again, and that may take time. And that, meanwhile, that's a beautiful time period for yourself to build yourself, so you can have a better relationship next time around.
Yep.
Okay, with or without that person, you have a better chance of being with that person. Go get the book. If you get the book and you master the information, and mastery comes from repetition, you need to read it 10 to 15 times. It's free. The free PDF is there. Get mymarriageback.com. All right. Anything you want to add, babe?
No, thank you.
All right. Okay, so that's it. That's all we have. Smash that like button. Click share and share this across your walls everywhere, because there are people that need to hear this message. And comment your questions below this video, and we'll gladly take it from there. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that red button and the bell right next to it, because we release videos virtually every day, at least 3 times a week. And we'll see you on the next one, and